All right, YouTube, this is going to be a quick review and explanation of a product that I have tried to research on YouTube and don't find much information about. It will be the Mitch Rosen leather gun holsters. I have found, and I've looked pretty hard, that Mitch Rosen puts out a superior product to almost any other leather that you will find on the marketplace. The closest, I know there's some up and coming guys, and I'm not discrediting anything, and I'm still always looking around. I'm one of those guys who you know, I can't afford a gun every week, but I can pretty much afford a holster. So I will pick up different lines, and I'm still experimenting, but for right now, I haven't found a Mitch Rosen product that I don't like. Alright, I have a couple Kramers that I like. I've had some Elises, which I really was happy to get my hands on, but then, you know, to be honest with you, I wasn't so impressed with them. Alright, so let's talk about the Mitch Rosen products. What I have here, the majority of what I have is his Express line, which is cheaper line. It doesn't have as much hand detail. I do have one of his full dress line. This particular one is a SIG 220, and the real difference is the amount of boning he does with his hand tools. The leather may be superior in my uneducated guesstimation. I'll say that it is, only because everything about this holster looks, smells, and feels a little bit nicer. Drop something on the floor. But whether it's the Express line or the full dress line, which costs about double, they both hold the weapon superior. With a good belt, they do bring the weapon tight, and the best part about it, they'll bring the butt of the gun tight up against your body. That's paramount in concealing that weapon. Like I say, the belt is key. Mitch Rosen, of course, will offer some fine belts for a fine price tag. I live in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and on every block there's a saddle maker and a leather maker, and I can find good quality leather belts for very cheap, so I'm fortunate in that direction. But anyway, let's put some guns in these things so you can see how they hold. Alright, so this one here is for the 220. Of course, we'll have our SIG 220 to show you how that works. This also fit a 226. Alright, the best part about Mitch Rosen stuff is when it goes in, you will hear a pop. Let's see if you can bring it up close. I'll go out of focus, but I want you to hear that. Okay, it's hard to hear because of the leather, but that gun is in there. Okay, upon drawing the gun, just imagine it's in a belt, so we're not being fair. It's not overly tight at all. Okay, that's the best way to hold this, so I can show. Okay, the drawer is simple, and then it's seated. I found with the Elise products, you really had to wedge them in there, and you almost had to hold the gun in battery to get them in. Not with this. That's in. Okay, and once it's in, it's in. Okay. That's in there. It's amazing how well these things hold, and that's from his boning. Okay, so that's a SIG 220 in the full dress holster. We also have, what is next? Let's do a SIG 228 West German. Shouldn't say West German, that's lying, German. Let's do a 228 in a thumb brake holster. Okay, when I called Mitch Rosen once and I asked him about his thumb brakes, and he said he doesn't believe in them. He puts them there because certain law enforcement offices require them, but he doesn't even look at it as a retention device. But you know, if you're open carrying, I would feel better having it there. I usually carry concealed under a t-shirt, so I actually started to prefer the open tops over the thumb brake units. Okay, so that's a 228. This is also designed to fit the 229. However, at some point they changed that trigger guard, so I don't know how well it would work for a newer 229. I'm going to show you this clip holster here. Okay, that's for a Glock 27 or 26. This is considered an express line as well. It is pretty thick, as is the Glock 26, so that does kind of give you a pretty thick package to put in between your waistband. But the quality of this clip-on holster outperforms anything I've come across. There's Kydex, and I'll play with Kydex, and I like Kydex too. But we're talking leather here, and the Mitch Rosen products are absolutely outstanding and superior. That does make a pretty tight package in between your waistband though. But that's clip-on. Okay, here is a Glock 26 thumb brake. Again, every holster I've ever gotten from Mitch Rosen products hold my weapons wonderfully. Okay, they all offer that little pop in there when they're seated, and some have thumb brakes and some don't. Let's do the Glock 21. Okay, this Glock 21 finger grooves were removed and the hump was taken off by Cold Bore Solutions out of Texas. Did a fine job with that. Okay, so again, you'll hear the pop. Okay, and then it's in there. Okay, and then upon draw, there you go. Again, the pop, the draw. Again, I've had holsters where you have to wonder how well is it in, and then I wound up pushing down on the slide to make sure it's in there. But the Rosen products, when they're in, they're in. Okay, so that's the Glock 21. While we're on that, let's show you the magazine carrier for that. This is actually, honestly, the only mag carrier I have in Rosen, but it's also an exceptional product, and you'll also hear that tap, that pop when it goes in. This, where the magazine release will hit it. Listen to this. Okay, that's what'll hold that in place. That's what holds it in place. Okay, and it doesn't hold it too tight. Okay, I've had mag carriers where you can hardly get them out, but this double mag carrier for Glock 21 mags is exceptional. Okay, and then we have the other. This is still an express line. It's for Glock 19. He says you can put this around your belt. I can't imagine anyone would actually do that. The offset construction actually holds pretty well though. Even with some of the other holsters, when you do put it on your belt, you will know it's there. But this one doesn't have that much and has a phenomenal hold as well. Glock 19. Okay, you'll hear that pop. That's what's just other leather holsters don't have it to that extent. And it pops in, holds it tight, and it draws easy. Okay, I mean, I'm not playing, guys. I'm trying to get that gun out of there, and it's not going. But when I want it, there it is. What else could you ask for? Okay, Mitch Rosen holsters. I find them exceptional. I'm very impressed with them. I did a little research when I found one used, Dylan leather by Mitch Rosen. I wanted to see what exactly I was going to buy. Came with one of my pistols. Dylan leather. It's Dylan Precision, the bluepress.com, and Mitch Rosen just sells some holsters through them, and of course they wanted their stamp on them. But they are express line holsters. That's the most important part, because they did try to tell me that this was a full detailed holster. And unfortunately, with my collection, I could take what they said was a full detail and just think about what I know is a full detail. And I called their bluff. And not that they were, I think they were just confused. So anyway, but the Express holds the gun as well, which is the main point. Alright, so Mitch Rosen, thumbs up in my opinion. I recommend them strongly. I will never, I don't want to say never, I won't stop buying them anytime soon. Just keep an eye out. Good reviews. Be good.